Hey everybody, happy Thursday. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a live practice, and there is a reason for that, and she's standing right behind me. Yeah, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna lift her up. She doesn't like being picked up, but I'm gonna do it anyhow. This is the newest member of our family. Her name is Sydney. She is a 1-year-old Border Collie Aussie mix. She is full grown, which is not very big. She's speedy. She's cute as a button. And she loves kisses. Yes, she does. And we rescued her 2 weeks ago. So she is our newest yogi. And I gotta tell you, this kid does down dog followed by up dog followed by a variation of frog pose. It's amazing. And she runs like the wind. Of course, Sadie is in here with us too. And I don't know how this is going to go and if they're going to stay in here, but they're here now, so it could be a very interesting practice. Okay, girls, Mama needs her mat, and y'all can go on that mat, or you can go in the living room. Okay, so we're going to start off tonight. We're going to do some hip openers. And, of course, we got to roll the magic cube. Wearing my Good Vibes Only shirt. Thank you, Twisted Sister. And she made it tonight. Woohoo! All right, here we go. Let's see. And we got, oh, okay. Well, they call it Namaste. So we do too at the end. So basically at the end when we're sitting in easy pose. So that's easy enough. All right, so we're going to get started. And the girls, I think, are going to stay. So this should be very interesting because this room is kind of small. All right, so we're going to start off with some sun salutations tonight. So get your favorite wall. If you have a favorite wall, and take your feet to hip width apart or a little bit wider. Outside edges of the feet are parallel if that's within your practice. Sydney, are you going to do down dog? I think so. Arms down by your side. Relax your shoulders. Let's start to breathe. Hey, baby. Nice deep breaths. In and out of your nose. On your next inhale, take your arms up, interlace your fingers with the index fingers pointing. On the exhale, we're going to bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bend to the right. Oh. Inhale back to center. Separate your hands, soften your knees, and fold forward into your standing forward bend. What are you doing, girls? Kisses between the legs. Okay. Let your head lead you. On the inhale, rise back to standing. Hands come together and into your heart. We're going to step to the wall, extend the arms fully. On the exhale, coming down to the wall. I actually hit my head. You can kiss if you want. Inhale, coming back up. Okay, Sadie got herself a bug. On the inhale, we're going to take the left leg back. What was that, Sadie? A cricket? Lengthen out through the heels. Breathe. Inhale, coming back up. And on your next inhale, take your right leg back. Sadie, you're supposed to get that. Sydney, come get this grasshopper. Lengthen through your heels. Breathe. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, walk out into half down dog. Y'all are cute. Continuing to breathe. On the inhale, we're going to come back up. Push away from the wall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. And inhale, let your head lead you as you rise back to standing, bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra. Leave that one, Sadie, whichever one you are. On the inhale, taking your arms out to the side and up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. On the exhale, we're going to bend to the right. Oh, yeah. Inhale back to center and exhale, bend to the left. Inhale back to center, separate your hands, soften your knees, and fold forward. Let your head lead you. On the inhale, rise back to standing, hands into your heart. Step to the wall, extend your arms fully. On the exhale, we're going to come down. This time I didn't hit my head. On the inhale, we're going to come back up. And on the exhale, we're going to take the right leg back. Okay, now Sydney's taking a turn at the cricket, grasshopper, whatever it is. Don't eat it on my mat. Oh my gosh. Inhale, stepping back up. And on your next inhale, take your left leg back. Well, she's getting her source of protein. Oh, it's my This is my crazy life. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, walking out into half down dog. Get it, Sydney. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, coming back up. Push back away from the wall. On the inhale, take your arms up. Palms come together. On the exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise back to standing. Hands coming together and down into your heart and down by your side. And Miss Kelly has joined us. Yay, she's ready. Good to see y'all here. Is that good, Sydney? Must be pretty good. She's chomping away. One less thing for me to have to do, right? All right, so let's come back to the top of our mats into mountain pose. Get that breath going. Really root your feet down into your mat. And on your next inhale, take your arms up, palms come together. On the exhale, soft knees as we fold forward into our standing forward bend. Anchoring your hands either to the back of the mat, I'm way out of camera range, or to the back of your legs, to the mat, to blocks, or if you want to come into half standing forward bend, you're welcome to do that. Soften the knees. Let your head hang down unless you're in half standing forward bend. What are you looking for, another one? Sydney, don't go behind the sign. You're so mischievous. If you want to grab hold of opposite elbows, feel free to do so and either hang heavy or sway side to side. Hi, baby. She is the most curious pup I've ever seen. Nice deep breaths continuing. And we're going to bring the hands down to the mat. On your next inhale, we're going to take the left leg back, turning that back foot to 45 degrees and ensuring that your right knee is stacked over your ankle. Inhale and rise into Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Can you do this one, Sydney? And Sydney can do 2 variations of frog pose. It's really funny. She has no bones in her back, or her back legs either. It's crazy. She's a little yogi, aren't you? Your mom's a little yogi. Yep. Okay, are you going out? All right. You want to go out? There you go. You can come back later. Okay, in or out. In or out. Keep breathing. All right, girls, we're not going to do this. This is hopeless. I was hoping that she would be used to this by now, and so she wouldn't be acting like this, but no. Okay, on your next inhale, let's reverse the warrior, taking the right arm up to the sky, the left hand down your back leg. You can lay on your mat. That's why that mat's in here for you girls. Viparita Virabhadrasana. I was trying to think of what it was. Inhale, coming back up. On the exhale, let's go into side angles. So we're going to drop the right arm to the leg, bring the left arm straight up or over. Parsvakonasana. Make sure both palms are open, full of energy, and you're carrying the weight of the pose in your legs, not in your right arm. No, don't do that, Sadie. No paw. Sadie. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Inhale, we're going to come back up into Warrior 2. Exhale, the arms down. Bring the legs back together, kind of shake it out. Sadie, what do you want? Go on. Go see Daddy. Go. Scoot. Go. Both of you. Goodbye. Okay, that was fun. Let's take the legs out wide. Sorry for all the interruptions, but this is my life right now. Turning the feet out, or parallel to one another, excuse me. On the inhale, we're going to bring the arms up. Palms come together. Let's trace a line down the front of the body, nice and slow, coming to the mat. And once you're there, taking your hands out in front of you to the floor. You can keep your knees bent if you need to. Push into your palms to flatten your back. Stretch it out. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Then we'll walk the hands back in and turn the fingers around to behind you. Walk your hands through your legs as much as you can. And again, if you need to bend your knees to accommodate this, go ahead and do so. Try to let your head hang down and just breathe. See, now they're trying to break back in here, the little stinkers. Turn your fingertips back towards the front, walking back up and letting your head lead you. On the inhale, rise back to standing, hands coming together and into Anjali Mudra. We're going to turn the left foot out to the back of the room. The right foot will go to 45 degrees. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, lunging into Warrior Two. Oh, and now my mat is slick from where Sydney was going after the grasshopper. She drooled on my mat. Yes, it's been fun. We've been to the vet today, so that was fun too. Yep, nice deep breaths. Make sure your body is at center. I know y'all can't really tell that, but you know, it's kind of you get a feel for it, I think, over time. On the inhale, reversing the warrior, taking the left arm up to the sky and the right hand down your back leg. Looking up or down, just listen to your neck. I'm really praying right this minute that my left foot does not slide out from under me because I could end up in the splits and I can't do the splits. So it could be very funny. Inhale back up into Warrior Two and exhale the left arm down to the leg. Right arm will come straight up or over in side angle. Once again, looking up or down and carrying the weight of the pose in your legs, not in your left arm. You don't want to scrunch down into the shoulder. Inhale, coming back up. Release your arms. Shake the legs out. Get the puppy slobber off my foot. Oh, but it's fun, right? All right. We're going to take the feet out wide again, this time turning the toes out opposite of each other. Bring the arms up into goalpost or cactus arms, whichever you want to call them. On the exhale, we're going to squat down. I'm going to go with cactus arms because I'm not real happy with the NFL right now, so we're not going to be a goalpost, so it's all good. And if you want to sway side to side in your goddess pose, feel free to do so. Just getting a little motion in the ocean, a little rocking in the hips. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then we're going to inhale and power up. All right, so since it's been a couple of weeks since I did a live, let's do a balance challenge tonight. Especially since I forgot to do a balancing pose last night in my own practice. Oops. Okay, so balance challenge tonight. Let's go from tree into eagle. I think we can do that. Okay, so remember in a balance challenge, you can do one pose or both of the poses or the other pose. Oh, I don't want to put that finger up, sorry. Oops, Facebook might censor me. So whichever you want to do, if you want to do the whole thing or just one or the other. So you're going to start on a strong left leg, engaging that thigh. Find your focal point, get your breath. When you're ready, bringing the right foot to wherever you're comfortable. Pushing the foot and the left thigh together. And then if you want to grow your tree, go ahead and do so. Just remember that taking your arms up changes your center of gravity. But you got to keep your eyes focused, keep your breath coming. And of course, in any balancing pose, whoops, fall out of it. Whether it's one or balance challenge, you change when you're ready. So I'm going to rebuild my tree because I fell out of it. Then when you're ready, go ahead and release your arms. Release your right leg partially. Bend your left leg and wrap the right one around or take the toes to the floor. Sit back and down in eagle. Then we're going to bring the right arm up. The left arm will come under, either palms touching, backs of the hands, hug yourself, dream of genie, whatever you want to do. Once again, hugging the thighs together. And breathing. When you're ready, release your arms, release your legs, and then switch to the other side. Nice, strong right leg. Get your focal point and build your tree. Somebody's got the sneezies out there. Oh my goodness. I think that's Sadie. Nice deep breaths. When you're ready to switch to eagle, if you're going to switch, release your arms, release your left foot partially, Bend the right knee and bring the left foot around or toes to the mat or the block. Then sit back and down, bring the left arm up, feed the right arm under or hug yourself or whatever variation you like to do. Just breathe. And when you're ready, release the arms, release the leg. Yeah, that felt good. Balance challenge. Hey, Kim too. All right, so we're gonna come to the top of our mats, not quite all the way to the top, a little bit back. Once again, take the feet out wide, turn the toes out. We're gonna come down to the mat through Malasana or Garland pose. Just remember, if this is not in your wheelhouse or your toolbox, you can descend to the mat through standing forward bend and downward facing dog, or you can just come gently to the mat. All right, but for those of us who are gonna do Garland pose, let's bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. On the exhale, we're gonna squat down, but I gotta bring the phone down with me, so we'll put that there, and hopefully we have enough outside light to not have to turn on lights inside. Oh, that feels so good. So good. I love this pose. Yup. I actually did this pose when I went to the animal shelter to see Sydney. She's so little that I squatted down in front of the cage in front of her, and we were about eye level at that point. So, and I stayed there for quite a bit because I didn't want my knees to touch the floor, but nobody was coming near that girl except me because I was taking her home. All right, let's take the hands down to the mat and assist the knees down. Oh, yeah, that felt good. Let's come on to all fours. I'm going to have to clean my mat. There's puppy snot everywhere. Making sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the fingers are spread wide. Knees are underneath the hips, tops of the feet are flat. On the inhale, drop your belly and look up to the ceiling. On the exhale, bring the chin into the chest, rounding your back. Moo. Oh, yeah. Meow. That just feels amazing. Just keep moving with your own breath. Stretching. I like to really stretch it, whether I'm on the inhale or the exhale. Really exaggerate it. Oh, it just feels good. On your next inhale, turn your toes under. On the exhale, pushing up and back into downward facing dog. Keeping your knees soft to take the weight off of your low back and to get your hips up in the air. Nice deep breaths. On the inhale, we're going to take the left leg up to the sky, lengthen out, and exhale, we're going to bring that knee up to the top of the mat, coming into pigeon pose, Ekapada or Jakapatasana. So you can stay up on your palms, or if you want, you can come down to rest, either on block, stacked forearms, or stacked fist. I like to use my bolster. Just make sure that your right leg is out straight behind you. If you need some cushion for that knee, just put a blanket under it. Make sure that you're on your left shin, not rolling over onto your hip. And rest. Now, I can't rest in this one for very long, so unfortunately that impacts y'all because I'm not going to stay in it for very long. But I can do it some, so a few breaths. Just breathe. And we're going to come back up onto our palms, turn the toes of the back foot under, moving back into your three-leg down dog before setting that left foot back down on the mat. And then inhale, we're going to take the right leg up, lengthen, stretch. Exhale, bend the knee, and come into your one-leg pigeon. Once again, if you want to come down to rest, feel free to do so. Just keep your hips balanced out with the floor. See, now it's really quiet in the living room, so it's making me nervous because I'm wondering what Sydney's up to. She's a mischievous little one, and she's still got a lot of puppy in her. So she likes to chew things and rip them apart. We've already lost a piece of inventory at work. Paper towel, a rug, a blanket, a pet bed she chewed the corner of, and all her toys are missing ears or appendages. I don't mind that part as long as she'll stay away from the other stuff. All right, let's come back up onto our palms, turn the toes of the back foot under, and move back into your 3-leg down dog. And then release that right foot down to the mat and exhale down onto your knees. So once again, coming onto all fours. This time we're going to take our gaze off of the mat. On the inhale, we're going to take the left leg back. Foot is flexed, and then I want you to drop that left hip so then your right hip comes up. Make sure your gaze is off your mat as we're doing Ruddy Goose. And then if you want to bring your right arm up, you can. The palm will be facing to your left. You can stay right here, or you can reach back with that right hand, grabbing your left foot. Push the foot and the hand together to lift that knee. Keep breathing. Keep focused. Then inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, hand and knee down to the mat. Make sure your gaze is still off of your mat. Don't look down because this is a balancing posture. Inhale, taking the right leg back. Now drop your right hip so your left hip comes up. Foot is flexed. Inhale, bring the left arm up. The palm is facing to the right. You can stay right here, or you can reach that left hand back, grabbing your right foot and lifting your knee as you push the hand and the foot together. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, hand and knee down to the mat. So we're going to come on to standing on our knees. So if you need a little bit of cushion, get your blanket. I like to fold mine in half because I think a third is a little too thick. Okay, so we'll come to standing on the knees. We're going to take the left leg out to about 45 degrees because when we move forward, that's going to put us right in position with our knees stacked over our ankle. Arms down by your side, push into the top of the right foot to take some of the pressure off that knee. Exhale, we're going to lunge forward, stacking the left knee over the left ankle into half cobra. Breathe. Now you can bring your hands to your knees, or your knee, excuse me, because only one knee is out. Or you can interlace or bring your arms up, interlace your fingers with the index fingers pointing, looking straight ahead or leaning back in crescent pose. Whichever way you want to do it. I'm good with it. And then we're going to exhale and open up to the right. Left hand will go to the left knee and the right hand will go down the back of the right leg. And then we're going to exhale, turn forward, one hand to each side of the left foot, and we're going to sit back and stretch out the quad. That feels good. And then inhale, coming back up. Use your hands to assist your left knee back onto your blanket or your mat. And then we'll bring the right leg out. Once again, setting it at 45 degrees. Woo. Arms down by your side. Push into the top of the left foot and exhale, lunge forward, stacking the right knee over the right ankle. And again, you can take your hands to your knee, or you can inhale the arms up, interlace your fingers with the index fingers pointing, and look forward or lean back. Then we'll exhale, opening to the left in a twist. Left hand or right hand will go to the right knee and left hand down the back leg. And then turn forward, one hand to each side of the foot, and we're going to sit back in a nice little quad stretch. And they're trying to break in again. Little stinkers. Use your hands to assist you back up. And then you can either come into happy puppy or child's pose, whichever you prefer. Oh, stretch it out. Just breathe. If you're in child's pose, make sure that you widen your knees as much as you need to give your body some space. And then we'll exhale and walk the hands back in and come down to seated. All right, let's extend the left leg onto the mat. We're going to bring the right foot either to the left shin or the inside of the left thigh. Remember to use your props if you need to. Pull the buns out from under you, fingertips to the floor beside you. Left foot is flexed. On the inhale, take your arms up parallel to one another and shoulder width apart. Lengthen. Breathe and exhale, fold into head to knee pose. Taking your hands either to the outside edges of your foot, to your shins, to the mat, or you can use your straps if you want. Just keep your elbows back by your side. Try to keep your back as flat as you can and your neck neutral. Just keep the breath going. And you know, there's a lot of different things that you can do in this pose and in others as well. Just be playful with your practice. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's your practice, you know, and it doesn't have to be the same way every time. So I know one of you likes to take a block to the end of your foot and hold on to that when you're in head to knee. And we used to do a variation in the studio a lot where you would take your, in this case, your right hand to the outside of your left foot and your left hand to the mat behind you and kind of turn to the left, turn your body to the left. And do that for a few breaths. So, I mean, just make it your own. Do what you feel like doing. As long as you're breathing, it's all good. And then we'll exhale, walk the hands back in. Let's bring the right foot flat to the mat, adjusting it wherever you need to. Bring the right hand behind you. Inhale the left arm up and exhale, twist to the right into Marishasana 3. Either wrapping your arm around the knee, or you can grab hold of the knee or have your arm to the outside of the leg. In that case, your tricep would be up against the leg. I find that a little awkward, but a lot of people like it, so I'm good with it. It's your practice, right? Somebody once said that. I don't know who it was. And then we'll exhale, turn forward, extend the right leg onto the mat, flexing that foot. Bring the left foot to the inside of the thigh or to the shin. Pull the buns out, butt luggage going on trip. Fingertips to the floor beside you. Inhale, let's take the arms up. Lengthen. And exhale, fold. Oh, yeah. And always remembering that one side is easier than the other. So on one side, you may not feel quite as good as the other side, and that's okay. It's just the way your body's made. It's all good. Just breathe. Then exhale, walk your hands back in. Bring the left foot flat to the mat, the left hand behind you. Inhale the right arm up and exhale, twist. Oh, yeah. It was a crazy day today. So my body really needs some yoga. And then we'll exhale, turn forward. Let's bring both feet flat to the mat. We're going to go into boat pose, Navasana. We don't do that one real often because sometimes, honestly, I forget some of the poses because I don't necessarily do them in my own practice like I should. Bad girl. All right, so lean back till you've got that place where your tailbone and your sitting bones form a little triangle. Get your focus on your breath. Hands either to the back of the legs, or you can use your strap if you prefer. We're going to inhale, bringing the legs up parallel to the floor. Relax your shoulders back. And inhale all the way up if you choose. Breathe. If you want to go into boat with oars, you can. Make sure you're focusing on your toes. That's going to be your focus spot or your drishti point. Woo! Some days, boat with oars is easier than others. All right, and then we're going to bring the legs back down, all the way down to the mat. Let's open the knees out to the side. Bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace your fingers around your toes or grab hold of your ankles. And on the exhale, we'll just pull the body down into bound angle, Baddha Konasana. Keeping your back flat, keeping your neck neutral. Some days this one is really hard for me, and other days it's not so bad. And then we'll exhale and come back up and bring the knees back together. So in honor of the newest member of my family, who, as I mentioned before, can do 2 variations of frog pose, we're going to do frog pose tonight. So get your blankets and put them out to the side of your mat. So you're turning sideways on the mat. One knee on each blanket. Hands out to the mat in front of you, and obviously I'm now out of camera range, but that doesn't matter because you're not supposed to be looking at me anyhow. So at this point, you're on hands and knees. Have your feet together, or your toes, really. Then we're going to exhale, slide the knees out. And then if you want to sit back onto your heels, you can. If you want to widen your feet out, you can. If you want to stay up on your palms, that's fine. You want to come down onto your forearms, you can do that. If you want to come down onto your bolster, you get the idea. It's your practice. Do what you want to do, you know, within reason. I mean, don't go crazy on me, but... And this is pretty intense, of course, so, you know, you don't have to stay in it too long. Ribbit, ribbit. I got to do the noises. This is very intense on the groin, obviously. But it's a nice hip opener too. Really nice. So that's why I did it, since tonight we're doing hip opening poses. I always like to do a hip opening practice. For me personally, I do at least one a week. But I always, for you guys, when I was teaching, I liked to do one at least every other week because I thought it was just that important. So since it had been a couple of weeks since we did a live practice, I chose hip openers. All right, let's come gently back up onto the palms. If your feet are separated, bring them back together. And then gently bring the knees back together. Come down to seated. And let's shake the legs out a little bit. Woo! Because that is pretty darn intense, huh? All right, so we're going to come down onto our backs. So, of course, if you've got a clippy, go ahead and take that out, or a ponytail. Bring your strap with you. We're not going to be on our backs too long because I've got a lot to do tonight with the girls and all their stuff. Oh, my goodness. All right, so come on down onto your back. Let's bring the knees into the chest. You can either cross your ankles and rock side to side in cradle rock, or you can come into happy baby, whichever you prefer. Oh goodness, that feels so good. Yeah, baby. And we're going to come to a stop, separate the feet, grab your strap. We're going to take it around the balls of the feet, one end in each hand. On the inhale, we're going to take the feet up into the air into Viparita Karani, reverse pose. Keeping your hands on the lower ends of the strap. In fact, my elbows are resting on the floor. Nice deep breaths. On the exhale, we're going to take the legs out wide into a V. And then if you want to rock here, feel free to do so. Oh, goodness. And then we're going to bring the feet back together. Take the left leg down onto the mat. Leave the right leg in the strap. Left arm out to the side of the body. Both ends of the strap in the right hand. And on the exhale, we're going to take the leg down to the right. Oh, yeah. And just remember, if you're doing this and you feel like your right bun is caught under you, you can take your left foot flat to the mat and then raise your behind up off the mat and set it back down until it's not quite so squinched up. And you can always keep your left foot flat to the mat to give your back some support if you need to. Then we're going to inhale that leg up, take the ends of the strap into the left hand, the right arm will go out to the side, and we're going to release the leg across to the left. I support my leg in this part of it with my elbow to the mat and my hand to the straps because I don't want to take my foot all the way down to the mat. First of all, it doesn't feel very good, and second, you turn too much to the left, and then your back starts to lift off. We want to keep the shoulders as flat to the mat as we can. Inhale that leg up. Let's bring the left leg up into the strap. Take the right leg down onto the mat. Right arm out to the side, and the left leg goes down to the left. Once again, if you need to pick your buns up and resettle them, just have your right foot flat to the mat when you do that. And your leg does not have to come down to the floor or to the mat. You can support it with your elbow and your hand if you want. And that's really up to you. Or you can even put a block under your foot or a bolster. Of course, you'd have to do that in advance. But yeah, a little advanced planning works. Breathe. Then inhale that leg up. Both ends of the strap into the right hand. Left arm out to the side. And release the leg across to the right. Whoa. This part can be pretty intense sometimes, but it feels really good because it's a nice hip stretch and it's a nice glute stretch as well. The hip opening part obviously comes when the leg is down to the same side, and the glute part when it's across your body. Inhale that leg up, bend the knee, release the strap, and set that off to the side. So let's go ahead and keep the left knee into the chest. The right leg is extended onto the mat. Left hand out to the side, right hand stays on the knee. We're going to exhale and twist into revolved abdomen. Keeping your shoulders as flat to the mat as possible. Making sure that your left foot is resting somewhere, whether that's in front or on top or behind. And if you can't reach your knee with your right hand, take the hand to your thigh. The side of your thigh. That way it gives it a little bit of leverage. You can look up to the ceiling or over your left shoulder to extend the twist. Just breathe. Then inhale that knee back up. Give it a little hug. Oh, goodness. Extend it onto the mat. And inhale, bringing the right knee in. Right arm goes out to the side. Left hand stays to the knee. On the exhale, we're going to twist down to the left. And again, keep your shoulders as flat to the mat as possible. And look up to the ceiling or over your right shoulder. Just breathe. And then we'll inhale, coming back up. Give that knee a little hug. extend it onto your mat and start to bring your body into Shavasana for rest. And of course, you're welcome to go into reverse Shavasana, legs up the wall, whatever you want to do. Just get whatever props you need for tonight. And take your legs out to the width of the mat. Arms down by your side. Or you can have them on your belly, whichever you prefer. Close your eyes. Bring your breath back to its natural rhythm. And just rest. Let's start to get some movement back into your bodies. Coming gently out of Shavasana. When you're ready, rolling to one side and resting for a breath or two before coming gently back to seated. We'll come back into easy pose. And as you will see, I've been joined by both Sadie and Sydney. I think Sydney was actually chewing on something, so when we get out of here, I'm going to go see what she was chewing up because she was in the bedroom looking pretty guilty. So let's bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra. My final thought for tonight is to trust the timing of your life, because sometimes a higher power knows better than we do. Thank you so much for joining all three of us tonight in our practice. I really wanted Sydney to do frog pose, but she's not going to do it. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys.